Hey guys, Radio Controlled Chaos here. We're going to be doing some updates on the Celica build in the background that's going on. Hope you guys enjoy it. Comment, subscribe if you guys want to see more of it. The body is in the background. We have not started it yet, so that will be in the next video that's coming up. Last video we put in the servo and receiver. The receiver is already bound to the Spectrum receiver. To the Spectrum remote control. Sorry about that. I just didn't show it on camera because I really ran out of time. I totally forgot about it, so I just did it in the background real quick. I don't think you guys even want to see it because, you know, binding a receiver to remote control, what's the excitement about that? But there is a new excitement that is developed in the radio controlled studios, and we have gone out and we bought a motor for this thing. Now, usually for this car, people put in a solid metal can, high torque brushed motor. Well, I don't know if you guys have realized this, but Radio Controlled Chaos here, we don't like brushed motors. It's quite crap. We like to go brushless when we can, so that's what we did. We went ahead and we used the Traxxas Valinion system. Brushless. This is for the Mini Revo 1/16 scale, if I believe so. I got this from our local hobby shop just today, so we're going to be going ahead and installing this. There is some modifications that might need to be done for making it fit, because it is a smaller can motor, but don't be intimidated by size, guys. This thing has some power, so we're going to install it today. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll put that in the background. Alright, so here's our motor. We got the motor mount that came with the vehicle. It's kind of a bizarre looking motor mount. I was kind of questioning myself how you can mesh the gears back and forth, but more and more looking into it, it looks like you put the motor in there and you turn the motor and it slides the motor closer and further away from the gear. It's kind of a little cool and neat feature, but you are limited on gear sizes. So the gear that it did come with the car was kind of a little shocker to me. But then I remembered again, these cars usually use brushed motors, high torque, so it kind of made sense to me after that. It is a 32 tooth pinion gear, aluminum, solid aluminum, so it's lightweight. The original motor mounts, as you can see, one down here and one up here. Of course, the motor is smaller than a 1/10 scale normal size 550, 540 size motor, so we had to modify it to fit. And that was no problem. We actually drilled out two little holes right here and bolted it straight on, and it works totally fine. So we're going to be putting that in today. Along with that is our speed controller. And our speed controller, I've soldered on some Deans to it because we are going to be using a LiPos because I hate nickel metal hard drives. We also put on the wire harness for that light kit in the future. A little tab here for the receiver, that's for the light kit, the box. Well, we were trying to look at this vehicle and where is a good place to install this guy. We're not sure yet. We need to install the motor before we go into that. But it's a nice little small kit. You know, it's perfect for this car. It really is. It's only 130 bucks. Bet you can probably find it somewhere cheaper, probably on eBay for like what, 50 bucks used. It's a cool little motor to put in this thing. So we're gonna put that in today. We're gonna take our Phillips screwdriver, and we are going to take out the two screws for the motor mount. Now, these are not the original screws that came with the car. The original screws were black. I had one screw, I had the screws there. I was taking them out and the other one fell and I could not find it, so I had to put in new screws. And I was looking for other screws, and what do you know, I lost the other one. So kind of sucked for me. So I went ahead and I put in some screws that I had laying around. Same thread, same length. We're just going to pull it out. 2 screws, you're going to take it out. Like so. Okay, that comes out. Now in this little mount here, there is a billet machined kind of like a lip here, and I'm assuming that is where this little piece goes right here. That little cutout probably fits in there, and then this little ring around it is probably the guide to move it. Oh yeah, it is, because there's a little ring in there. So yeah, that's what that's for. It's the first time I'm looking at it, so we're gonna fit this guy right in. So here we go. Put our mount back on. You don't want to tighten your mount just yet. You just want to put it on there so you can get that rail guide in there. So so you can maneuver that motor. As you can see, if you move the motor, if you twist it, the gear goes away and towards the spur gear. It's a pretty cool little feature they have on it. It's definitely something new that I've never seen. So we're going to mesh up our gears. Guys like to use paper to mesh the gears. I just use my technique by feeling the gears. And basically how my technique works, it's a little bit challenging, but if you've been in the RC industry as long as I have, it's very easy to know how to do it. I bet a bunch of guys have done it already at the track. I never really used the paper method. Basically what it is that you're gonna hold your pinion gear, right? Then you're gonna take your spur gear, and you're gonna want to make sure your pinion gear is being held completely down so it's not moving. And if your spur gear has just a hair of a play between the tooths of the pinion gear, you're fine. If it has too much, then you're too loose. If it has too tight where you can't move it at all, then you're way too tight. But right now, how it is right there, where you can barely move it, but it's still moving, that's good. Another way too is if you move it, you can hear if it's too tight or too loose. So that's just another quick tip. If you guys have been in the RC industry for a long time and you know how to do this, you know, that's a nice way to do it. Because with the paper it takes forever. So I'm looking at this chassis and I'm trying to figure out where I can mount this receiver, or I mean ESC. I was thinking about here, but I would like to keep that area open for probably a light kit box. Here's not a bad spot right here. Probably like this, like so. I think we're going to mount it here, guys. This looks like a good spot because the wires are short. They're right next to each other. And look at that, your battery wire's right there. Receiver wire, perfect. We're ready to go. Alright, so you're basically going to use that double-sided sticky tape they have in the kit. Mine's in the box still. I got to open it up. You're basically going to put it on and then stick it onto the chassis wherever it is. You can also put some tie straps from these little tabs they have by Traxxas. That's kind of probably what I'm going to be doing. Because they're just dangling there and they're just asking for trouble to break. So I went ahead and I bought a spare one of this and I cut it off and made a custom one for me. It's just the connectors. So pretty simple. You can see where they were soldered on. I didn't care for unsoldering those little bits of solder. I just broke it off, put some shrink tube on it, filed it down a little bit, and just snaps right into place. So we're going to put our leads in. Positive. Make sure you're putting your positive wire, which is red, to the positive tab, and your negative, which is black, to the negative tab. Because If you swip them like so, which is very easy to do, and you plug it into your ESC, you will blow up your battery and your ESC together, probably something else too. It's not a good thing to do. So this is definitely for someone who has been in the RC industry for a while and knows what they're doing. Basically, we had in our mind is to put the battery pack in the front of the car, again putting weight on the front tires for better steering. And I put that foam there so it doesn't slide around, because again it's not reaching that tab. So what I went ahead and I did is I took some stiff foam I had. This is actually from the packaging of my Castle Creations Sidewinder SET. I just cut it out. You guys can see where I cut it out. I cut it out of this where the little ESC went and the fan right there, and I cut the rest of it out just to cut it out to make it fit, because it's firm foam, and this is gonna fit in like so, and you're gonna push it down and it sits there. And then once we put on the brace, here's the beauty of that Toyota foam that I was talking about. You put in the brace and you push down, get a nice snug fit. You take the two body clips it came with, clip the front end or the back end, and the front is quite tricky because of the battery. That foam, you're going to push down really hard. This is not going to hurt the battery at all. It's just pretty hard to push it down, but it's totally fine for the battery. And you're just going to pop that pin right into place. If it would go into place. Come on now. I'm going to break my stand here. Put that aside. There we go. So now that's popped into place, and as you can see, that battery's not going anywhere. Another reason why I put this custom tips in, because your balance lead, where it would go to plug in, is covered, and all you're left with is now this guy hanging out. This guy can easily go into the drive shaft and brake, so, or just hang off the side of the car, dangle on the floor. That's why we've got the custom leads. These are for charging only, and I charge my cars only with the balance lead plugged in. I use the Onyx charger, or Onyx distributor, and I use a different charger. No, I use the Onyx charger in the Equinox balancer. That's what it is. I'm sorry, it's been a while. Long day. So here we are. We got the stuff going. We got everything wired up, and there was a problem with this gearing from day one. Back to the motor. The motor is a small motor. It's not meant for this ginormous gearing. As light as the car is, I'm worried about heat. So I went ahead and I went to my hobby shop and I looked up if they have any fans or heat sinks, and they have no heat sinks from this motor, but I do remember that the little Mini Rage had a heat sink. So what we're going to do is we went there, we found the Mini Rage heat sink and bought it, and this thing fits on like butter. It's perfect. You only need one, you don't need two, you don't need three. I don't even know if you can fit three, but you only need one. One will do the job and it'll keep it nice and cold. These heat sinks I've used in the past, they're awesome. They keep the car really nice and cold, the motor. They soak up all the heat. So yeah, that's basically it for today's update. You know, we just got to mount our little ESC. I'll mount that in the background. I just don't want to dig through my box and find that sticky tape. But that's it for this update. Hope you guys enjoy it. And again, I promised you in the beginning of the film that we were going to show you a little sneak peek of next film about the body. I've already gone ahead and I've already taped up my windows. So, yeah. There's a little Celica body there. We are going to be doing some nice things to this body. You can see you got the indicators, the front lights, the bottom lights, even these lights, which I haven't taped up yet. I need to do so. The little indicators there, and the rear lights. have all been taped up, and it's pretty nice because they all come with light buckets for that. And we are going to be installing a light kit. How do people light kit? It's 25 bucks. You can't beat it. You get two sets of the indicators. You get 2 sets of the indicators, 2 wire harnesses. You get 5mm white LED lights, 2 pairs. You get 5mm red LED lights. You get 1 pair for the rear, of course. The 3mm white LED light, 1 pair. That would be your stroke lights, the little fog lights. 3mm orange light set, that's your indicators. You get 2 pairs. Accessory box, clamps, cables, etc. Double-sided sticky tape and foam. It all comes with everything you need to do to put it in and install it. It's 25 bucks, and this actually has a cool little feature. When you turn the wheel to the right, it actually puts the indicator on the right on. If you turn to the left, the other side does it too. When you gas it, the front lights come on a little bit stronger, like a high beam, and when you press the brake, the rear lights flash harder. So like a tail light, like it's an actual, you know, scale light kit, and it's pretty cheap, 25 bucks. You can't beat it. Again, people, if you guys want to check it out and get it. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment, subscribe, click that little thumbs up button on the bottom. There'll be more updates to come about the Celica shell. It's going to be a fun build. So hope you guys enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it. So, this is Radio Controlled Chaos signing out. See you guys.